Hey everyone, and welcome to Multiverse Media, the channel that talks all things geek culture. I'm Asher Friedberg, and today we are going to be breaking down everything we know about the upcoming Marvel Studios film, Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share to help our channel grow. Just last night, we received our first official trailer for Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and it dropped a lot more plot details for us to analyze. It appears that in this film, Shang-Chi's story is that he grew up being raised to take up the mantle of the Mandarin, or whatever they choose to call Wenwu's mantle in this film, but he decided he didn't want that life. Shang-Chi knows his father is evil, so he stepped away from all that. If he hadn't stepped away, he likely would have been given the Ten Rings and taken over for his father, Wenwu. The plot of this film appears to be centralized on Shang-Chi's past coming back to haunt him, including a barrage of various assassins likely employed by the Ten Rings organization. Now, let's talk about the characters set to be featured in this film. Obviously, this film features Shang-Chi, whose abilities include mastery of Kung Fu, as well as various other forms of martial arts. From what we've seen from the trailers, it appears Wenwu has trained Shang-Chi to the height of his abilities, which makes a lot of sense, as in the comics, Shang-Chi would stand his ground and even defeat superhuman opponents. This film also features Shang-Chi's best friend, Katie, who is meant to be sort of the audience eyes in this movie, as she has no idea what is going on with Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, so she sort of acts as our proxy. This film is also set to feature Wenwu, aka the Mandarin. While the character was teased throughout Iron Man 3, he will be making his first full appearance in this film, and he is set to be insanely powerful. Wielding the Ten Rings, which doesn't seem to correlate with their comic book counterparts, still seem to wield some cosmic power that he is in full control of. I'm willing to bet there's a good chance that by the end of this film, Shang-Chi ends up in the possession of these rings and uses them for good. This film is also set to feature many assassins, such as Razor Fist, an assassin with razors for fists, you get it, and Death Dealer, a dealer of death. These names really do write themselves, but these two are set to be going after Shang-Chi, and not necessarily in the tournament, but we haven't seen what's going on yet. Yes, this film is set to feature a tournament, supposedly for possession of the Ten Rings. While not a lot is known, it is assumed that Zhai Ling, Shang-Chi's estranged sister, is set to compete against her brother. Another character, named Jiang Li, is also set to be featured, but the role of this character is still unknown. Speaking of the tournament, at the end of last night's trailer, we were treated to a showdown between two Marvel Cinematic Universe veterans. We saw the Abomination return, now with comic-accurate fins on his face. This is the first time we have seen him since 2008's The Incredible Hulk. I assume his appearance in Shang-Chi will act as a springboard into the upcoming She-Hulk series, where he is set to be featured. Perhaps after Abomination loses the tournament, the government tracks him down to stand trial for his crimes, which is where Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, would likely come into play, being a lawyer. Fighting against the Abomination in this cage match appears to be Wong. While our view is obstructed, he really appears like it could be Wong. Maybe Wong entered the tournament to gain possession of the Ten Rings, as he knows that Wenwu will only use them for evil. He likely wants to keep them safe in the Sanctorum where nobody can use them. My assumption is that all of these characters have been caught up in the tournament for possession of the Ten Rings, meaning I believe the majority of this film's plot will be centralized in the battle for the mantle of the Mandarin, but it also appears the film will also feature a war, seemingly between Wenwu and Shang-Chi. It appears Shang-Chi aims to dismantle the Ten Rings organization, or at least try to change it for the better. The only way for that to happen would be for Shang-Chi to defeat his father. Also, how could I not mention that there's a dragon set to be featured in this film? This dragon, according to various forms of marketing, is called the Great Protector. A lot of people think this is Fin Fang Foom, which I don't think is true. Thing is, this dragon has a very different color scheme to that of Fin Fang Foom, so I think it's just another dragon. I believe this film won't feature Fin Fang Foom, but that's not to say they aren't saving him for another project in the future. There's totally room in the MCU for more than one dragon. After last night's trailer, I am more hyped for this film than I have ever been. The fight choreography looks incredible. It's set to feature many past characters from the MCU, and it's going to introduce us to an insanely cool comic book character, Shang Chi. That's just about all we know about the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So tell me, what are you most excited for in this film? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and share, and also be sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all next time.